Aries, how are you guys? I hope you guys had a great birthday. And if your birthday is still, well, I guess it couldn't really be. No, it's definitely Taurus season. Anyways, hope you guys had a good birthday, and I hope you guys are enjoying May so far. So May is a very chaotic month, and April. I'm not sure how you guys dealt with April, but April, I've been hearing from a lot of people that it was pretty brutal. So I'm not quite sure how you guys did with that, but April had a lot of retrograde planets. We still have a lot of retrograde planets. We have 4 planets in retrograde right now. Mercury, which is all about communication, short distance travel, technology. So we definitely want to be backing up all of our technology. We don't want to be signing any contracts. We don't want to be starting anything new when it comes to, like, if you get offered a job, obviously take the job. But definitely put a lot of thought into it, because when Mercury goes direct again, especially around the 3rd, 4th, 5th, we're gonna definitely maybe feel like maybe we shouldn't have bought that, shouldn't have done that. Mercury retrograde, any retrograde is not a time to be putting any energy out. It's more of an inner time. Jupiter is also retrograde, and Jupiter is the planet of creativity, optimism, expansion. So having Jupiter retrograde, it's been in retrograde for a while. It goes back direct in June. But having Jupiter retrograde really knocks the rose-colored glasses off of our faces. Like, it's really hard to find our fun, our creativity. It's more of an inner time. Like, maybe you are having more fun laughing at yourself as opposed to getting out there and having fun. Like, you just want to have, you're more inner. Pluto retrograde. Pluto is the planet of transformations, inner meaning, depth, things like that. So things are not superficial at all right now. People are really digging deep, which is a beautiful, beautiful time, because we're going through a lot of inner transformation. So flow with the Pluto retrograde, because it can be kind of a hard one. We don't feel it as intensely as Jupiter and Mercury and Venus and all these closer planets, but it's still absolutely there. And that doesn't go back direct until about September. So once it does go direct, and depending on where it is in your chart, which, send me a message and I can absolutely let you know where all of these planets are retrograde and how that's affecting you. Just send me your birth details. But Pluto retrograde really will be doing some transformations. People aren't going to be the same after Pluto retrograde. Yeah, crazy transformations. Last planet that's retrograde is Saturn, and Saturn retrograde is really testing our limits, really testing our structures, our authority, our responsibilities. So anything that is limiting our belief system, anything that is really structured, is getting put on the forefront right now, and we are asked to work through these, because if we don't work through them, Saturn is going to make it unbearable. So if what you're dealing with right now has been quite the pain, either drop it or, work through it and stay strong, because when this is all done, when all of these planets go back direct, we're not going to be the same. So this is really crunch time. And right now, it feels crappy for us here on planet Earth, but in the grand scheme, everything is happening in divine order, and this is all what needs to happen in order to get us on our right path. So we will be thankful for it when it comes, but right now it is just that, yeah, right now we're just learning our lessons. So yeah, think about taking a really hard test. When you're done the test and you get your mark back, you're just like, even when you're just walking out of that test period, you're like, oh, thank God. But then when you get your mark back, you either pass or fail, right? And either the fail, you have to retake that test and you know more, so you're going to do better when you're tested again, or you pass the test and you're able to go on that next venture. So realize that this is just our testing period, and we know the lessons. So we know more than we think we know, so just flow with it. That being said, we have May, which is a month of changes, of chaotic energy, changes to our sense of freedom, whatever that means to you. April could have also had some of those changes start, especially those foundational changes, because April is a 4-month, but April 2017 is all about changes. So April is really building changes to our foundation, changes to our structure, and then May is nurturing those changes. So if changes do come in May, which I'm sure they will, we'll also be asked to really nurture those changes this year, okay? So I'm going to get started for Aries. Let me just get myself grounded. Okay, I'm reading for Aries, May 2017. Aries, May 2017. Aries, May 2017. Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Luther, May 2017. May 2017. May 2017. May 2017 for Aries. Okay, reading for Aries, May 2017. Aries, May 2017. Okay. Ooh, a lot of power struggles, a lot of crashing of personalities and energies, melding them together. The theme for May is a new emotion coming in. And this emotion is really going to give you, like this Pluto energy, the Pluto retrograde energy really is bringing a lot of stuff that has been buried down here to the forefront, and it's finally time to just clear it. Because it has caused so much indigestion. So it's been very, very loud for you guys. All this old emotional baggage has been very loud. My dog even, she woke me up this morning to the sound of her stomach, and that's the way that I'm feeling for Aries for May 2017, is that anything that was kind of like gut rotting you is it's so loud now that you have to just let it come down. And it's related to a karmic relationship, a karmic bond, either a soulmate or a family, friend, somebody that you have a karmic relation to. And it's really been a focus. You've been losing sleep about the focus on building up your home and family. Really, what am I looking for here? When I think about like paint splatter, so either like a renovation, things like that, where paint splatter, it's blue, it could be really emotional for you, either a renovation or building yourself up, focus on the home and the family, getting into the cracks, kind of uncomfortable right now, an uncomfortable change because of you're dipping your toes into this new venture, and it's really time to just kind of wipe away anything from the past that might not be serving you right now. So like I said, a lot of inner transformation is rumbling, something to do with building yourself up within this karmic relationship. When I say karmic relationship, it's someone who's really in your life, either as a parent, spouse, child, somebody who's really connected to you, could be a best friend, somebody where you know you have that soul relationship, but something is really being renovated right now, and you're losing sleep over it because it's just such a headache. And it's only because you're focused more on the past, focused more on getting your feet wet and getting yourself submerged in this. There's not enough balance. There's not enough push and pull. Maybe feeling like you're taking on too much because of what you've built in the past. But it's really been quite the emotional time for you. A lot of emotions here. That's the theme. A lot of emotions. A lot of inner surface stuff underneath the layers, really feeling like you're being leapt from one place to the next. But yeah, so I'll let you know how to deal with that, but that's the theme. So I'm just going to move these over here. Sorry. Yeah, that's the theme. A new venture, building something with a karmic relationship, something from the past that needs to be brought, something because of the past you're able to build this, and it's something to do with renovations, putting a lot of money into it, but you really want to hold on to this money. You're not allowing the money to flow very well because it's really, you're stubbornly as if like, no, I'm planted here. I want to kind of give a little way, give a little leeway when it comes to allowing the foundational aspects of it. You're giving a little bit of leeway away, but it's feeling like it's seeping through the cracks right now, and you're stubbornly holding on to it. But money is an energy, so how you feel about money is exactly how you feel about your own sense of self-worth. Is there something about yourself that you're holding on to too tightly? Is there something that you need to change about your persona or personality or who you are that you're not allowing? Allow your spirit guides and your angels, people who have passed on, people who love you, to kind of allow you to release that grip. You know, let them tell you who you need to be, what you need to let go of, what you need to change. Let your inner beliefs that have been so loud and really making a lot of commotion, a lot of rumbling in your life, let those inner beliefs wash away, because now is the time. The best way to contact angels and spirit guides is in dreams, okay? So that's before you go to bed, get into a meditative state and call on your angels, call on your spirit guides, call on the people who have passed, and tell them to reach out to you in a dream. I do dream interpretations as well. I love dream interpretations. So if you want, send me an email with that dream and we can decipher it together. I'm perfectly capable of doing that, and I would love to do that with you guys, because right now it's almost like you're over nurturing something, and it's like you need, like, the only way I can really see this is it's painful when a woman who's breastfeeding needs to pump or needs to nurture her child. It's painful when she has too much, she's producing too much milk and she's not releasing enough. And breast milk and money are hand in hand. I was just reading about Sarah Yip, the numerologist. She was talking about how creating breast milk is the exact same as creating financial wealth, because it's something that you need to build up and release into the world and you need to nurture that into something that you've created, either a baby or a project or whatever, or something that you're renovating. It's time to really just release that, okay? So that's just the theme. 12 minutes in, and that's just the theme. Okay. Okay. So the good thing is that the final card is very positive and very optimistic, okay? That's what's going on. However, it's not going to be the easiest ride. I'm just letting you guys know. Right now, everything is just so fluid. Everything is just up in the air. Everything is changing like the tides. A lot of old cultures actually didn't like the moon because they felt like the moon was the greatest deceptor. Because the moon was so fluid, and the moon always, it would hide, it would disappear for once a month. Where did it go? It was still there watching, but completely invisible to the naked eye. And then the full moon is when it completely shows all of itself, and because of its openness, other people act strangely. So because of that, this is a situation right now, is realizing that everything is so fluid, everything is so changeable, nothing seems concrete right now. You feel like you have some grasp, that you know everything that's going on, but then there's times where you just feel like you have no control, you have no idea, you can't see anything. So keep that in mind, that there's a lot of back and forth right now. It's all leading down a path to salvation, but right now you need to go through these emotional turmoils, emotional depth, especially when it has to do with people who are kind of like Cancerian people, so people who are water signs. When I say water signs, I mean Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or people who are really sensitive, people who have that water element to them. They're very fluid and very emotional and very quick to cry, quick to lash out, which can be hard for the Aries, the fire signs, because a water sign is that damper, you know, that wet blanket on your fire, that person who's just like, who's calming, who's constantly just and it just creates steam. You know, they put their wet blanket on your fire, on your impulse, and on your action, and it just creates steam. It gets you very heated. It gets you very, like, think about a teapot that's just boiling, where you just, you know, you want to lash out, but you know that it's not right, and you know that it could hurt this person, and you know that it could make you seem flighty. So keep that in mind. That's what the situation is. The obstacle and the aid is someone taking from you. Someone feeling like someone is taking a lot from you. Taking a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, a lot of your money. This person feels entitled to it in a way, feeling like it's part of their your heritage, like you have to give to them, as if it's some sort of loyalty, patriarchy. So either like you feel like something to do with a father or authority or a male influence, feeling like you have to give to this person. This is the obstacle and the aid. So this person might be acting like a prick in your side, but they actually are helping you become more fluid and more changeable, exactly what I was talking about, more accepting and less fixed and less impulsive. This person actually, them taking from you is an aid in a way. It just might not seem like that because it's such a burden right now, but every burden has a potential to be a blessing. You subconsciously are feeling very empowered at home and with the family. This is where you want to be. You want to really kind of get that empowerment back when it comes to being at home. You want to sit back on your throne and just kind of, like I said, more tight fists with your finances right now. But that really is harnessing your spiritual side. So having more of a closed fist on your finances is actually helping you when it comes to your spiritual growth, if that makes any sense. I'm leaving that with you guys, though. So keep in mind that even a pebble can make the biggest ripple effect. So that 1 cent, that 1 coin, that one payout could be exactly what is needed to completely enhance your spiritual awakening. So maybe close your fist, use your spirituality, use your intuitive side to know when to give and when to hold back, okay? Don't be giving too much, especially this person who feels like they're taking a lot. Like I said, it's an obstacle and an aid because it's forcing you to kind of close fists more, but it's also urging you to give more as well. And the beauty of giving is realizing that you have that to give, you know, and it really puts it into perspective. But right now you're thinking that you just have so many options, so much going on. You have your finger in every pie. And it's empowering you because it feels great to have all these options. Just keep your head clear, because a lot of the times this could just be a lot of wasted energy, you know, putting a lot of energy out that doesn't even need to get the energy. And that could lead to feeling very very bound by all of these responsibilities and not really seeing the growth, but just feeling kind of tangled in all of these responsibilities. And it's really time to get back to self-care. This is, May will really remind you that although responsibilities are nice because they keep you feeling needed and they allow you to create, those responsibilities can really feel very, very binding. A lot of the times it's just your perspective on those responsibilities. If you're only looking at what you're lacking and what you have to do, and you're not realizing that this is helping people, that these responsibilities are creating opportunities for other people, that's where you'll really get some sense of relief, okay? So just realize that, yeah, whatever is pressuring you and binding you is everything that you've created in your mind. It's only just your thoughts surrounding that obligation, surrounding that situation, surrounding all of those options. It's only how you view those options. Something that would have just passed, something either like a secret or an unfairness or a veil has been removed, and you're really just starting to see things more clearly. You're starting to see people in your life more clearly. You're starting to see their true colors. Believe them. When somebody shows you their true colors, believe them and forgive them for it. You know, and just because you forgive them for it doesn't mean that you allow them to continue to treat you in a way that you don't deserve to be treated. But yeah, it might be time to get some space, because you seeing who they truly are is not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy thing, because we like to look at our loved ones with positivity and with rose-colored glasses, and we like to see the best in people. But when they show you their true colors, it can be very heartbreaking, for sure, to say the least. It can be very heartbreaking. Trust me, I just saw some true colors of somebody that I really cared a lot for, and it's really been affecting how I'm viewing myself, because I allowed them to treat me that way. I gave my power away, Pluto retrograde. I gave my power away to them, and they really let me down. And because of that, now I feel completely unempowered. I feel like I made the wrong decision by giving my power away to them, and now I'm scrambling to get it back. So just keep that in mind. Pluto retrograde is really creating a lot of power struggles. Please send me an email and I will let you know where those power struggles are happening, so you can be more prepared going forward if this hasn't already happened to you. Okay, you right now are just, the theme is that you want to hold on to this money because it empowers you, but you right now are just give. Or people are giving a lot to you, but this feels more like give. Like you are just, money is just flowing right through your hands, and you kind of want to hold on to it. You want to keep it close. You want to keep it in the home. You want to keep it in the family, but it's just never ending. So family right now is really struggling a lot. So if you feel like you have to give a lot to family, that's because they're struggling and they're going through a lot of inner struggles right now. But it's really not your responsibility, and you're just building them up on a very uneasy and faulty foundation. Because you're giving so much to them, they're not gaining their strength. They're not gaining their independence. So you're actually doing a huge detriment by giving so much of your time, energy, and money to your family and friends, because you're just building them on a rocky foundation. They need to build themselves up. That's the only way. For instance, when I was at school, you saw a huge difference between the students who were paying their own tuition and whose parents were paying their own tuition. The students whose parents were paying their tuition were always late for class, which was disrespectful to the people who were there to learn. They were, on their computers playing Candy Crush and Facebook Farmville instead of focusing on the professor. So the people behind them were completely distracted, and that was frustrating for the people who were paying their own way. So keep in mind that, you can only give someone so much before, think of it. A child who's sucking their thumb is going to have buck teeth unless you pull their thumb out and say, stop over nurturing yourself. Stop sucking your thumb. Stop acting like a child. Give them empowerment through other means, okay? Lead by example. Show them how that power struggle I was just talking about. Show them your power, and they'll find theirs. They'll be forced to. Hope and fear, you want to be bound. You want to be bound to something or someone, but you also fear it. You fear this binding presence here. That's really, really interesting. And that's something that I really hope that you guys look further into, because this is really low vibe. This is totally low vibe. So why do you hope for low vibe yet also fear it? What's the deal with that? Is it easier to just stay being burnt by this person? Is it easier to just, you hope that this person kind of is burning you, because then at least you're feeling something and you have the scars to prove it? Does that make sense? When someone is burning you with their greed, envy, jealousy, their low vibes, it almost kind of gives us a scapegoat. It gives us an excuse to be like, well, now I'm the same way. Trust me. I remember driving down this beautiful road. It's like my favorite road up here. And because I was mad at my husband, I didn't look out the window. I was like, well, like, and at the end of the day, I only got hurt because I enjoyed that view. But because I was trying to make a point, oh, well, because I was mad at you, I didn't get to look at what I liked. I didn't get to do what I like to do. So we kind of give our power away by saying, you know, you're going to burn me. And that gives me an excuse to be hurt. That gives me an excuse to have scars and to have third-degree burns that you gave me. So now you owe me. You know, I burned for you. I burned myself for you. You owe me now. You'll love me. You'll respect me. You'll be bound to me. Okay? So might want to deal with that one. The good thing is that in the end, of course, it's all going to work out. Of course. Of course. It's just how it is. This is now going to be like, literally, you're the last video. So this is going to be the 12th time I say this. If it's not worked out right now, it's not the end. In the end, it all works out. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. In the end, it's all okay. And in the end, it's all good. So what's the point of stressing and worrying and, you know, burning ourselves and running ourselves dry and losing our power and giving and, you know, and fighting and having all these internal battles? What's the point when in the end it's all going to be just fine? You might as well just flow with it. Like I said, it's your situation this month is really just to be like the moon, you know, come in and out, be fluid. That could be hard for Aries because you guys are very impulsive. You guys are fire signs, you're cardinals, you're leaders, but we're kind of asking you to act like a Pisces and just flow with it. Go with it. Okay? Last card. So this card is for the Indigo Aries from May 2017. What advice do Indigo Aries need from May 2017? May 2017. What advice do Indigo Aries need? May 2017. May 2017. May 2017. Aries. 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 I'm gonna pull a card. Aries, May 2017. Health. Emotional health, spiritual health, physical health. It's time to get balanced. Time to get your hooks back into good, proper diet, good emotional health. Feeling pretty off balanced right now. This is another thing I was just reading about with Sarah Yip. She was saying, she's a numerologist, she's incredible. She was saying, what you put in your body is a direct indicator of your self-worth, because you would never, if you truly loved yourself, you would never put crap in there because you realize that that's your fuel. I just did a reading for a Pisces and I was telling him about how, I'm not sure how spiritual you guys are, but blessing your food is an incredible, incredible way to not only get back connected with Source. It's great for diet and health related issues. I was watching this video about 2 cups and one cup was told negative thoughts every single day, and the other cup was only said loving thoughts every single day. And then they froze the water and they put it under a microscope, and the difference between the water that was being told negative things and the water that was told positive things is absolutely astonishing. And it just goes to show that when, just say you want to eat McDonald's, okay? You've decided, I'm eating McDonald's. Instead of saying, oh, this is horrible for me, this is bad, you're telling the food, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad. And then you're putting it in your mouth, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad. I can't believe I'm doing this, I have so much guilt. And then that's all, you're consuming all that negativity. Instead of saying, okay, I'm hungry, I need fuel. Yeah, I'm about to eat a Big Mac. You don't have to perpetuate it by saying that it's negative, by saying that it's bad. Why not bless it? Why not turn it good? Thank you for this food. Only the nutrients will come in. Everything will be discarded. I'm not quite sure how many nutrients are in a McDonald's Big Mac, but I'm sure there's even just like a strand of vitamin in there. So yeah, you ate a Big Mac, but guess what? You put the intention on it that only the nutrients are going to come, and you're going to discard all the bad stuff. You're going to feel great. I'm not saying to only eat McDonald's and supersize yourself, but blessing your food as opposed to condemning it and criticizing it before you even put it in your mouth, it definitely has an effect. It's all about intention. So if you can't 100% change your diet around into something positive and nutritious, then the very least you can do is bless your food and tell yourself that this isn't going to wreak havoc on your inside. Okay? So that's all I have for you guys, even though I said I was going to be doing short videos. Want to let you guys know I'm on Instagram now, so please follow me at BeyondYourSunSign. I'm posting tons of stuff about tarot, numerology, astrology, all of that spiritual stuff that you can't see. Love you guys so much. Thank you for the support, and I hope you had an amazing birthday. I hope you have an amazing May, and I will see you guys in June. Bye.